Trump just brokered a tremendous deal with Poland that Muslims and liberals will hate. Yesterday President Donald Trump made an official visit to Poland. This visit to Poland is significant in a number of ways. First, President Trump and Polish President Andrzej Duda reached a deal for Poland to purchase a Patriot missile defense system. The deal is worth a staggering $8 billion, will provide jobs and income for Raytheon, the American company who manufactures the Patriot missile defense system, and Poland will have added protection against foreign elements. The deal also is representative of how Poland and the Trump administration think alike in terms of forced Muslim refugee immigration and global warming. President Trump's speech took place in Krasinski Square, the focal point of Jews rising up against the Nazis, in an attempt to rid Poland of their occupation. The effort, which took place during World War II, failed, and 20,000 Polish citizens died. President Trump stated, "As the Polish experience reminds us, the defense of the West ultimately rests not only on means but also on the will of its people to prevail. Ultimately, with help, Poland was able to get rid of the Nazi occupation, and now Poland has help from the USA and the Trump administration to deal with the EU and Angela Merkel. Poland is now under a different kind of threat because Poland has refused to take in any Muslim refugees. However, the Polish people and President Andrzej Duda are not backing down. The Polish people have been invaded and murdered once before and they are not going to allow it to happen again. If Angela Merkel and the EU think Poland is going to give in, they are going to have a long wait. The partnership between the Trump administration and Poland will ensure Poland has the muscle to tell Angela Merkel and the EU to go pound sand. And wouldn't you know, Poland to date has had no issues with terrorists running people down on bridges or Polish citizens getting blown up in a concert hall. During Donald Trump's campaign he was very specific with many European countries not meeting their financial obligations with NATO, and as a result, America has had to pick up the tab, but those days are numbered. Perhaps other NATO countries would have the money for their NATO payments if they were not allowing hordes of refugees into their countries. Yet Poland is one of the very few European countries who have met all their NATO financial obligations. There is a trend here in case you've not noticed. No forced Muslim refugee immigration equals better national security and more money for various financial obligations. Apparently, France, Germany, and the United Kingdom have not caught on to this fact. What is really making liberals' heads explode here in the United States and in Europe is, when Trump gave his speech he was met with the Polish citizens in attendance yelling out Trump and USA, USA. I'm positive it was at this point snowflakes across the globe needed their Play-Doh therapy and kittens. This Patriot missile defense system deal and continued cooperation between Poland and the United States is also representative of the fact that the Trump administration is not going to placate to the EU elite who think they can be bullies, and enforce their obtuse and dangerous doctrine on others, which has been shown to get people killed. President Trump will do what he does best and just run right over them like he did when he pulled out of that monstrosity of a deal called the Paris Climate Accord. I'm not of the belief that President Trump is anti-environment. After all, we all have to live on the same planet. However, President Trump has made it very clear he is tired of America getting screwed over, suffering from unfair trade deals, all in the name of being politically correct. President Trump is interested in putting America first, and working with countries and leaders who can help him with that goal. Those who expect him to sacrifice the well-being of Americans are in for a surprise. The days of America and its fearless leader apologizing are over. The Trump train is coming and y'all either get on board or get run over. President Trump in his speech talked about the will of people and countries to survive. Honestly, I am not sure the governments of France, the United Kingdom, and Germany have the stones to survive. They all have been invaded by terrorists, claiming to be refugees, and in some cases, they were European citizens, trained by ISIS, and allowed to return. As a consequence, their citizens have died in terrorist attacks, and these governments that allowed it to happen are just as responsible as the terrorists themselves. Citizens in Europe who have been victimized by this terrorist horde need to stand up and fight, and do it quickly because it's clear their respective governments are not going to do it for them. It will be interesting to see how things play out at the G20 summit, and beyond, as President Trump continues to be a force of reckoning in the arena of foreign relations.